Hello students, myself Sheetal Sawan. I am lecturer at Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. So let's continue with chapter number 3, that is pressure and temperature measurement. Learning outcomes. After completion of this video, student will be able to understand electrical method, that is resistance thermometer, thermocouple, thermistor, then pyrometer, types of pyrometer, radiation pyrometer and optical pyrometer. So let's start with the first instrument of electrical method of temperature measurement, that is resistance temperature detector, RTD. So it consists of one tube is there. Okay, in this one ceramic is provided, and on that ceramic one platinum wire is wound, so as shown in figure. So there are the two terminals, so which are the low resistance copper wire, and this total tube is consist of the porcelain shield. So this is the construction, and the terminals are connected to the Wheatstone bridge circuit. Working principle. The RTD works on principle of positive temperature coefficient of resistance. That is, as temperature increases, the resistance offered by thermometer also increases. So the resistance offered by thermometer at T0 degree centigrade is given by RT is equal to R0 bracket 1 plus alpha 0 T. RT is equal to resistance at T degree centigrade, and R0 is the resistance at 0 degree centigrade. Alpha 0 is the resistance temperature coefficient, and small t is the change in temperature. So figure 3.23 shows the modern platinum resistance thermometer. It consists of pure, well annealed platinum wire wound on thin strip of insulating mica or ceramic and placed in porcelain shield. The free ends of platinum wire are attached to the long lead of low resistance copper wire. To measure the change in resistance to bridge network is used. The resistance thermometer is connected to one of the arm of the Wheatstone bridge circuit. When the resistance thermometer is subjected to the temperature variation, the Wheatstone bridge circuit gets unbalanced. The galvanometer deflection can be directly calibrated to get the temperature. Advantages of resistance thermometer. It can be used for wide range of temperature from minus 200 degrees centigrade to 1000 degrees centigrade. It has a linear characteristics. It has a 0.15% accuracy. It has a high sensitivity. Installation is easy. Then disadvantages of resistance thermometer are response is slow, then possibility of current leakage between the resistance element and ground. Balancing of the bridge takes time. Then a higher cost than thermocouple. It affected by shock and vibration. It do not gives the temperature at a point, but it gives the temperature of small area. The next point is applications of RTD. So it is used in air conditioning and refrigeration, food processing, stoves and grills, then petrochemical and plastic processing, air, gas and liquid temperature measurement. Also it used in exhaust gas temperature measurement. So the next is commonly used materials for resistance thermometer are. So these are the different metals used and then the second column, it gives the temperature range and the melting points of each metal like platinum, copper, silver and aluminium. So they are having different temperature range and melting point as shown in table. The next point is thermistor. So thermistor is thermally sensitive variable resistor available in two types, negative temperature coefficient thermistor and positive temperature coefficient thermistor. So let's say the first one, negative temperature coefficient thermistor. So in this type of thermistor, as temperature increases, its resistance decreases. It made up of semiconducting material. They are manufacturing by centric power mixture of metallic oxides such as manganese, nickel, cobalt, copper, iron or uranium. So in figure number 3.24 you can see the characteristics of negative temperature coefficient thermistor. So as the temperature increases, its resistance decreases. The second is the positive temperature coefficient thermistor. So in positive temperature coefficient thermistor, the resistance increases with the temperature. So the graph you can see how the resistance increases with the temperature. So these are the different types of thermistor according to the construction. So the rod type, washer type, disc type, bend type, and the probe type. Advantages of thermistor. So it is small and compact, having high sensitivity. It has a low specific heat, hence it does not take very much heat away. It is physically strong and rugged, relatively high temperature coefficient of resistance. It can be used for extremely low temperature measurement with great accuracy. Then disadvantages of thermistors are it has a non-linear characteristics. It requires external energy source. Then the applications of thermistor. So temperature measurement. It is used in the temperature control, temperature compensation, and thermal conductivity measurement. The next is thermocouple. So thermocouple works on thermoelectric effect. So thermoelectric effect is the conversion of temperature difference into electric voltage. Thus, we can measure the temperature by measuring electric voltage. So thermoelectric effect includes Seebeck effect, Pelter effect, Thomson effect. Seebeck effects. If two wires of dissimilar metals are joined together at each other end and form a complete electric circuit, then the current flows in the circuit when two junctions are kept at a different temperature. Then the Pelter effect. So the cooling of one junction and the heating of other when the electric current is maintained in a circuit of material consists of two dissimilar conductors. Then the Thomson effect. So the Thomson shows that if 2 points in a conductor are at a different temperature, the density of electron at these points will differ, and as a result of the potential difference is created between these points. The next point is law of intermediate temperature. The EMF generated with the junction temperature T1 and T3 is equal to the sum of the EMF produced by two similar thermocouples, one operating with the junction temperature T1 and T2 and the other with the T2 and T3, where T2 lies between T1 and T3. So from diagram, it is very much clear how the EMF is generated between the junction T1 and T2, and E2 is the EMF generated between T2 and T3, but T2 is the intermediate point. So it lies between T1 and T3. So the total EMF generated is nothing but E3 is equal to E1 plus E2. The next point is law of intermediate metal. So in a circuit consists of two dissimilar homogeneous metals having the junction at a different temperature. The EMF developed will not be affected when a third homogeneous metal is made a part of the circuit, provided the temperature of the two functions are same. So this is the diagram of a law of intermediate metal. So how the metal 1 and metal A and metal B is there having the temperature at the end point T1 and T2. So when the T3 is inserted, but the third metal should have the same temperature. So there will not be any changes in EMF. Advantages of thermocouple. So it does not require external source. Then second, design is very simple. Then it is more sensitive. It follows temperature change with the small lag time and therefore suitable for rapid changing temperature. Then fourth one is the it is a cheaper than the resistance thermometer. Then disadvantages of thermocouple. It has a non-linear characteristic at a high temperature. Then it is a lower accuracy, hence cannot be used for a precision work. The next point is pyrometer. Pyrometer is the technique for measuring temperature without physical contact. So it depends upon the relationship between the temperature of a hot body and the electromagnetic radiations emitted by the body. So two types of pyrometer used, radiation pyrometer and optical pyrometer. This is a diagram of radiation pyrometer which consists of hot body, then the lens, and a mirror is attached at the center. To the mirror the detector is provided and the temperature is displayed on the screen. Also the adjustable eyepiece is provided at the other end. Construction and working. So the operation of radiation pyrometer is based on the measurement of radiation energy hot body as indexed of its temperature. It operates according to the Stefan Boltzmann law. The pyrometer head consists of metal housing containing a fused silica lens and a thermopile. The lens end is inserted into a small opening in the furnace. Radiations from hot body enter the lens. The radiant energy is focused by moving the lens on thermopile. Due to the hot incident radiation of thermopile, it develops on EMF. The development EMF is measured by the millivoltmeter, which can be calibrated to give a temperature of hot body. Advantages of radiation pyrometer. So it has a fast speed of response. It can measure the temperature higher than the thermocouple. It can measure the temperature of moving object like molten metal. It is less affected by corrosive atmosphere. Disadvantages of radiation pyrometer. So it has a non-linear scale. Emissivity of material affected the measurement. Then applications of radiation pyrometer. It is measured the temperature that is above the limit of thermocouple. It measures the temperature in environment which contaminates the thermocouple. It measures the temperature of moving object. It is also used to measure the average temperature of a large surface. The next is the optical pyrometer. So this is the diagram of optical pyrometer, which consists of the hot body. Then the lens is provided. After the lens, one absorption screen is there. Now the screen and the filter is in the middle. It is provided the filament, and eyepiece is provided at the other end. And voltage is measured with the help of permanent magnetic moving coil. So how the brightness of the filament and the images will occur. So there are three conditions. First is the filament is too bright, then when there will be a equal brightness, and in the third case when the filament is too dark. Construction and working. So it is based on monochromatic radiation from hot bodies whose temperature is to be measured. When the radiation from heated body at the high temperature falls within the visible region of electromagnetic spectrum, it has a fixed color. An image of radiating source is provided by lens and made coincide with the filament of lamp. The optical pyrometer wavelength of a radiation accepted is restricted by color filter, and its brightness is compared with the standard lamp. The current through the lamp filament is made visible so that the lamp intensity can be adjusted. The filament is viewed through the eyepiece and the filter. The current through the filament is so adjusted that the filament and the image are of equal brightness. When the brightness of source and the image produced is same, we can say both the temperatures are same. However, if the temperature of filament is higher than the required for equal brightness, filament becomes too bright as shown in figure 3.37a. And if the temperature of filament is lower, it becomes too dark as shown in figure 3.37c. Now let's see the advantages of optical pyrometer. So optical pyrometer is portable. It is light in weight and can be carried to any place. It can be used to detect the temperature of moving object. It is also used to detect the temperature of a distant place, as it is contactless measuring device. It measures the high temperature with accuracy. Now what are the disadvantages? It measures the temperature of only hot surface which radiates energy. Second, more chance of human error while adjusting the image. And third is the device is very costly. Thank you.